We're live.
Hockey Nation fans, welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your Coach Francis, directly from the booth, and we have to go all the way to the West Coast to find Michael Develano. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Good morning, Pierre. We had another eventful evening in the NHL.
And we have another late start today.
Yeah.
And we have to apologize if you are ears. It's just because we try to find other way to, to create better content, also software for the live show. So it's not like we are late because we don't want to show you. Just like we try to different things. So, but again, I think absolutely right. It's a crazy night yesterday. I really like to hear John Cooper. Is it John Cooper?
From Tampa?
Yeah. Is it John, the first name?
Yeah.
Okay. So he did a press conference after that, and he said, the problem we have right now in NHL is you have not only us, but he said many teams are tired. They start to get the fatigue on that part. And I think he's right about that. I think he's really right. I think you can see some teams struggle. Montreal is one of the part of them. Tampa Bay struggle, and they can go to something. But we welcome NHL. NHL, you're always a great fans of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're always grateful to having you every morning here or the nights on the live stream. So thanks, Hockey NHL. So Cooper was mentioned this. You're absolutely right. And then also the second thing I would say, it's not an excuse, but it's part for everybody, is the COVID. I think COVID attacked one team. It's funny because you see Montreal, they struggle a lot. And I think some of them, maybe because the COVID situation, players don't get their health 100%. I'm doing a video right now. It's going to be live at 1 o'clock today. Michael is like, all the problem Montreal has is unbelievable. You see one player at a time when they have like Shea Weber this year in 43 games, Michael, he has 23 shots on the net.
He has how many? 23 shots. Wow.
On the net.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Do you think it's because of the block shots?
It's because he's not the right spot. I think that's the reason why.
He's got a monster shot, so they're probably keying in on him. Like if you there's probably some analytics that show, hey, if we angle him out or we block him,
you have only five points this year in power play.
Weber.
Tyler Toffoli, Michael, 2 points this year in power play.
What? But his goals are
5 versus 5.
Wow. Come on. That can't be right.
I'm telling you right now. I did the video. You have to see something. Jeff Petrie didn't score the last 16 games. You have 11 games. You have 11 goals, Michael, the first 27 games.
Wow.
And I can go like this all year long. Like Josh Anderson have only 1 point on power play.
What?
Jonathan Drouin did not score the last 26 games.
Yeah, he's garbage.
Can go like this, like Kotkaniemi, 0 point the last 11 games.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean,
Romanov, 0 point last 25 games.
It doesn't make sense.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like my video today is, I'll be honest with you, I wish like 100,000 people can, because I hit the nails on everything about the problem they have right now. So under Dominic Ducharme, 10-10-5. Under Claude Julien, 9-5-4.
Hi. What did I say before, Pierre? Before they I like Dom. But
of course, you know what I mean? Like Gallagher's not there, Carey Price got hurt. I can accumulate that you got COVID again. But I think the system they apply is really demanding for the player they have on the back ends, where the 6th player struggle a lot. And Weber have a very bad year, and I can go like that.
Listen, I think that there's a problem. That power play is a disaster. Like
Michael, the power play, 7.7 the last 10 games, and they have like 2-29.
Yeah, why?
It's because I'm telling you right now, the unit they play 1-4 does not work. They are not a great share. And I explained on my video, Michael, why you put Kokanemi on the left side when he's a left, and why you put Zuski on the right when he's a right.
It makes no sense. You got to put guys on their off wing on the power play. We need one-timer shots.
They don't have no power, they don't have no power on shot on the left side.
Yeah.
Shooter.
I don't know. That's
so
so
Foley is the right, Anderson's the right.
When Burrows came, that power play was so much fun to watch, and now it's junk.
You know, when you talk about this, you talk about the first 3 games they came back over there. But I think at some point is because now they apply Bruins at the top, Tatar at the top. You cannot do that. They are not there to go that. Both of them does not gonna work. And again, now they at the beginning like this, you said NHL they was using Kokanemi, bring the puck to Perry in front of the net. Gallagher is there. Now Gallagher is not there. Right? And you have to go, why? I don't understand why they can't put Petrie, Weber, that you use a 90-second, 80-second together. And I don't care the first 3 pro forward. I think Zuski should be there. Now they're missing Gallagher over there, right? But I really believe if they want to do 1-4, Michael, the one they want to do that, right? I believe the only way it will work is when they're going to get Cole Caulfield on the left side because he's a right shooter. But they have already Weber there. They have already Petrie they can put there. So a lot of things like that, they can be better with him, but he cannot be on the lineup because the situation with the money.
So. Well, I mean, you could free up $5 million and send Jonathan Drouin down and hope somebody claims him.
But you know, I mean, it's not the right things to do. But then
it is the right thing to do. He's a junk player, Pierre. He's never going to help you. If you got rid of Domi, why wouldn't you get rid of Drouin?
Yeah, so NHL is right about that one over there. They drop a lot on power play. But again, it's an area where it's not only this area. On my video, I mentioned about the first pass. I mentioned about the D coverage. Again, in Montana, I showed the 3 goals. 2 of them is because of D coverage. And then I show also the entrance zone. And then after that is a power play. So it's a really good video. I think it would be interesting. Some people will watch it. But it really show why they struggle right now because the offensive is flat. They have 7 goals, Michael, the last 5 games. So and the last 10 game, I'll be honest with you, the last 10 game I did it. 1.80 goal per game. So it's 18 goal against 3.5. So they gave away or they gave double more goal versus how they can score. So you cannot win. They are 3-7-0 last 10 game.
Here's the only thing I see. I didn't realize this. All 3 of these guys are right shots. That's not going to work. All 5 of them. I guess that's not going to work. But you could mix this up. I don't know. That's who you want on. So maybe you pull him out. And Tyler can play center. I mean, Tyler is a good centerman. He can win faceoffs.
Yeah, of course, you can change a couple of things. I think
you can move around. You can get a left shot in there.
But again, you can bring Sushing, like Kokanemi with Suzuki as a left side over there, right? Tatar could be there also. It's another one there if you want to split a little bit better.
Because
I think the problem is a Petrie Weber together.
Thomas Tatar is a left shot, right?
Who?
Tatar.
Yeah.
Is a left shot.
Yeah.
So there's another left shot. What's Kokanemi?
Left.
Okay, we got to mix this up a bit. And what's Perry?
Right.
Is he a right?
Yeah.
Oh, but he always played left wing.
But again, the player right now he's missing, Michael, on that one is Gallagher. You move out Tatar because Gallagher is the right one over there, right? And the guy going front is the guy can get over there. So they're missing a lot, Gallagher over there.
For sure. For sure. What shot is Gustafson? He's a left.
I believe he is a right.
No, he's
left, I believe.
Yeah, he's left. So we'd have to mix this up. But even if you said, fine, I'll live with this, pull this guy out, you figure something out there. You probably want to put you can put Tyler at center. It won't be the end of the world. Because you don't really have a number 1 guy. And then you pick someone, he's pretty good. That's still going to be better. I don't love this part, but you'd have to really design that so that your entries are all on the right side and then you move it to the left. But you probably want this, right? You want to switch these guys.
Well, at this one right now, at that one over there, I would not put Tyler there. I would put Coco. I would put. It's because you don't have anybody in front of the net. So Perry should be in the top. Perry should be at the top over there, right? And then after that, you can put a Suzuki or Tyler push back on the bottom, and Kokanemi should be in the top over there.
We have to figure it out. It screwed up the whole system. I didn't look at their shots. Robertson scores twice. Like, he's definitely a finalist on the Calder. Absolutely. Second leading scorer. I think Kaprizov's got it. I thought Lankinen would win it at one point, but he's kind of fallen off a little bit. Still a good goalie, apparently. Like, not bad. He's had some rough outings. Don't sleep on Josh Norris. Josh Norris is third in rookie scoring, and there's a big gap.
I mean, he would not make it because Kaprizov and Jacob Robinson have a better year. The only way Kaprizov can lose it is because he stopped to produce and Robinson step up more.
But, he's not stopped, Pierre. Look at Kaprizov. He's like way ahead.
What I mean,
way ahead. Kaprizov has been killing it. Kaprizov's by far ahead of everybody, I think. I think he's got 40 points. Kaprizov has got this in the bag. I don't see how you don't. He's got 37. Oh, wow. Never mind. I'm wrong. He's got 18 goals. Man, Robertson is legit catching up.
Yep. So the only way that Kaprizov can lose is because of him.
That ain't going to happen.
We have to. I think so too. I don't think so.
I think he's gonna pull. I mean, he the other night he was so dominant. Interesting, 2 goals and 3 points last 5 games. I thought it was more.
Yep.
Yeah, he had that game. I guess nothing there. That's interesting. I'm wrong. I'm like, no way. Let's look at Robertson. What's he been doing?
An amazing March and April.
Wow. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. Is this like the new franchise player in Dallas?
Surprise, right?
Well, wait till you see his brother.
Again.
I think his brother is better.
He said this week Dallas is not going to make the playoff.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, we said they're going to have a hard time to make the playoff because
I didn't think that.
So I put them in the
there
playoff.
Now. I know you said that, but I mean, they still have 2 games in hand and they're 1 point within Nashville.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're out of it by any means. 4-0. We just said they had to win.
Yep.
2 of 3 against Detroit.
Yep.
And they've done it. So they've won 1 of 3. Now, if they win the next one, then that's 2 of 3 because they played them 4 times in a row, I think, right?
And by the way, that division right there, Florida right now is alone in second place. That's amazing.
Well, no, Florida is like tied for first technically. They just have 2 games in hand, Carolina. They have the same points.
Yeah, so Carolina is first. Florida is alone. Whatever Tampa Bay win the next game will be 64. So Florida is alone right now, where it's amazing.
Well, Tampa's struggling. They're 5-5-0.
Yeah, they lost again Carolina yesterday.
Look at this.
Look
at the bottom. Detroit has basically tied in points, but they're they have 1 more win than Columbus.
Talking about Florida, we mentioned about the first win W for the goaltender Spencer Knight. And Mike, it's funny to see that, right? It's funny how the people is like. I'm a part of the South Florida Panthers Facebook, everything like that, and I'm going to put a post everything like that, and people would click on it. But yesterday after the game, right away, I put the post from NHL about his win the first W. I'm right now at 185 people click on it. Like the impact of Spencer Knight.
Yeah, I mean, he's an American-born player. He played for Team USA. Like, he's going to be a legit goalie. And that's why yesterday, I know you were kind of like, why would they put him in? It's an important game. I'm like, he's fine. He's a good goalie.
No, but you know me. I don't think so. For me, it's like you go there with him. What that game, and then I
He's
heard
not
like
a regular goalie, Pierre.
Chris Trigger is just go back down because he gave 3 goals in 19 game and 19 shot last game. That's why he put back out.
I mean, I guess what's surprising, he didn't play any games in the AHL.
Yeah.
But he faced 33 shots, Pierre, 971 his first NHL game. This is not an ordinary goalie.
Yeah. So he was the 11th goaltender, Michael, to play against Columbus as the first game in NHL.
I mean, he's never played a game in the AHL. Does he ever go down?
So here on the record, Columbus, when they play a new goaltender in NHL, they are 110.
Pierre was like, upset yesterday because I get why it's an important game. But I think that, like, I followed Spencer for a very long time because he and Dustin have been paired together, the U.S. development team. And I think Dustin's just as good, by the way. He's not a 6'3".
I don't know why he did that. I believe for me, I would not do that. I don't know why he put him there. I think he's confusing more the situation when you have 3 goaltenders like that inside the team. Also, I think for what right now, what you do, you put Drager out of the lineup, and then the friendship he has inside the team, the relationship have with buddies, everything like that, for a rookie come from college and start the maybe 2-3 games until the end of the year. What you do at the playoff situation?
Well, think about it. Like, I think
it was the way, why not to trade Chris Traeger?
Why would they?
Week?
No. I think that what they're looking at is, look, the season's over. They have 9 games. Okay, there's 9 games left. They just pulled a win out. They've shown this guy can play. If Bobrovsky or Drager go down, they got a third guy. Spencer Knight's not going to take over the net. So
we have already now. We know he can. He's a number 3 there. It's not a matter. It's just for me was not. I don't know. The only thing I can see when he put him there is a back-to-back game, and he's upset against Chris Traeger.
Right.
But again, on the flip side, I said anything when I need 3 goaltender to go all the way to the end, and we can see right now with Toronto they struggle. You can see Tampa Bay struggle. Everything right now don't have a 3 goaltender where 2 of them are solid. They struggle. And that was since the beginning of the year.
For sure. So I don't think it causes any riff in the room. They're looking at, there's 9 games. It's 2 weeks, Pierre, until the playoffs. They're trying to make sure everybody's healthy. If Bob goes down with an injury because he's playing 4 or 5 games, what do they gain? So now they know they got 3 guys that can legit play, and they probably got a 4th in Montembeault. So I think it's not a big deal. Give him a cup of coffee, but he's not like, I think he's way ahead of most goalies. Like he's a franchise type goalie, not very far off. He's the same age that Carter Hart is when he came in.
Oh yeah, I know the potential of the guy. It just feel for me. Sure. Do you prefer finish second or you prefer to finish first?
I think that they're not thinking that's going to impact it. And I think they're thinking they're going to be fresh, hit the playoffs. Tampa does not look good. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, they're missing Stankos, Kucherov. That's a big step over there.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then after that, Vasilevsky have another bad game. But listen,
Carolina
so far, and they play this weekend against Florida. Carolina is 5-1 against Florida, Michael. Carolina have a better record against Tampa too.
Well, Carolina, they've only lost 10 games all year, Pierre. It's crazy.
Oh, you have to give them. Frank, yes, I didn't say back to you, but yes, you called it. And for me, again, I would say to you, I was shocked. But, that's what Canville is there.
Yep. All right, so let's go quickly because I know we have lives to live here. So this was an important game. Boston wins their 5th game in a row, Pierre. Buffalo played very well, but Rask comes in, posts a shutout. I want to mention Dustin Tokarski starts back-to-back games for Buffalo, stops 33 shots or 34 shots.
Yeah, something like that.
Congrats to Dustin. I know he didn't get the win, but Boston's surging, and he played great 2 games in a row. He won the other game. Like, he was great.
It was the first start of the week, by the way.
He should be.
Last week.
Yeah, good for him. That's amazing.
Was the first shout out the Rask of the season.
Yeah, and suddenly Boston's pulling away. So I'll go back to this. Boston is absolutely pulling away. If we go back to division, we look at in that division, they've just made it very hard. They have 2 games in hand on the Rangers, and they're up by 6 points now. So if they were
Listen, they won the next 2 games, they are the first place.
And Washington's been like okay.
I think one thing we don't give enough credit is a Bruce Cassidy as a coach.
Oh, I totally agree with you. I think he's an excellent coach. It's a good call there. So it's interesting. I mean, another interdivision game last night. Pittsburgh was way out ahead in this game. I don't know if you watched this.
It was 6-1. They come back 6-3, 7-3, and 7-6. If you see the score sheet, is unbelievable. You see all black at the beginning. You see all red at the end. They gave 6 goals in the third period, Michael.
So was Wedgwood the starter or was?
Yeah, Blackwood was out yesterday.
So
he's a day-to-day or week-to-week. Blackwood.
He had a rough game. That's too bad.
And also Ty Smith, he was out too.
Oh, that's not helpful. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're not in the playoffs, obviously. But, shout out. Nico Hischier scores back-to-back, I think. He scored in the previous game. This guy, Sharagovich, is really coming on. So he looks good.
Yeah, they have a lot of young rookies.
A lot of good young players.
Right? I want to mention the first goal of the Northern Foot in NHL yesterday. Yeah. Congrats to him. 7-5 they score in this 41 seconds, but the last 41 seconds, I can tell you that. And when you get out the game like that, as a player, like a coach is upset, the player not happy.
By the way, that was a great goal he scored. It went from strong side, weak side, and he was down on one knee in a weird angle and shot it in. So he's got a ton of potential. I'm really excited to see how he progresses.
Start or Jerry start the game. I think it was Jerry.
I thought Jerry started. I don't know. Let's look. Tristan Jarry played. He did not
there all night.
But New Jersey was flying at the end of the game there. They showed something. So that was interesting. This game, holy smokes, Pierre.
Rangers win the last 4 games prior to that game over there. Islanders don't play very well the last couple of games. But again, I think I'm happy for one player right now, and they need him. They need him a lot. Is Josh Bailey. Yep. Bailey yesterday, I think, have 2.3 points. You have 2 goals, one assist, so that's good to see him. Palmieri's quiet for them. But on the flip side, bad game for Rangers, good game from the Islanders. And I think, good for them to come back after a couple, everybody have a slump right now, and one of them is this. So it's a team. Pajot have a good night yesterday. Palmieri have a 1 point. One point I want to mention to you is like Grafsov still have his 3rd point of the year.
Saw that. He got his 2nd assist, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this kid's I think when they drafted him, the only question about him was, is he going to come over? But he's going to be a snipe show.
Yep.
They've got a lot of assets there. The future's pretty bright for the New York Rangers. I mean,
definitely.
So that was a huge win for them. I think that makes them 7-2-1 in their last 10 for the Islanders.
No, Islanders, no, they struggle. I think they have only 6-4, something like that.
7-3-0, Pierre.
The Islanders?
Yep.
Okay, so the last 5 games, I think they are 2-3.
They've won 2 in a row. You can't
Yeah, but prior to that, they lost 2-3 games.
Well, but they got points, I thought. No, or they just totally lose. Let's look. They won 2 in a row. You can never count this team. Just when you think. So they won 1-0. They won 6-1.
And
They
then they
lost
lost.
3-0 to Boston, 4-1 to Boston, and they beat the Rangers before that. So they lost 2 games.
Yeah.
They lost to the Rangers 4-1.
Yeah.
How are they 7-3 now?
It's because they have remember they have a stretch of 5-6 win, and then they lose 2-3 games the last 4 games. That's what I mean. That's what.
Craziness.
Yep.
7-3 no, Pierre.
Same thing with Washington.
I feel like Trotz is always going to figure out the math before we do. Carolina thumps Tampa Bay, man. I don't know. Not a great game for Vasilevsky. This young goalie, Nedeljkovic. Here's a team here with 3 goalies.
That's another one there. Honestly, they have only 2 right now. Raymer is on the big chair waiting for maybe the call. But I think for me, so about that game again is Niederreiter, 16 goal. Tero Venenen is coming back right now. That will helping them for sure. Point got another goal, but it was all about Carolina yesterday. They tried Tampa Bay, but not good enough to make that part. And it's fun between this the back-to-back goal for Carolina at the beginning, the middle of second period. You can see frustration for Tampa Bay, and that showed during the game. You have a good road fight, Martinook, but overall, they are a solid team, Carolina.
Oh my God.
They are a really good team, and I think they are going to be a big statement in the Central Division to win that division, where I mentioned as a winner at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I mean, they just look very strong. All right, so this other game.
This game, Florida. Listen, Sam Bennett, 2 more goals yesterday. An amazing, great night for him. That line, Duclair, Huberdeau, will now carry on that team. I know what Barkov scored, and he's a great hockey player. But that line, Huberdeau and Duclair, another great night. Sunday out 3 together. They just produce night after night, and that they are on fire right now, Florida. But again, their biggest test is this weekend against Carolina. I think that's what would be something they have to figure out.
I think that Sam Bennett has just been buried. I always liked the kid, and I never understood why I'm glad he pushed to get out, because he's not a third-line player. I think he's as good as most. I mean, most teams that struggle have a problem on the second line. Like, you have lots of teams. That's why I honestly thought Edmonton would get him, because he's got a relationship with Connor, and he would solidify a second line for Edmonton. Now look in Florida, they're benefiting from it.
Yep. Honestly, they doing well. The first period, Michael, it was 2-0 Florida. Everything was well. Roslovic scored, and then you have another goal from Columbus, but he was disallowed because of offside at the blue line. It was the second goal of Roslovic, by the way.
Look at this. 30 points in 40 games, Pierre.
Yeah. But it's another one and the ladder, right?
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely right, Tim, about that one. Welcome aboard. Always a pleasure having you also. Frank Salazar, you guys, we are grateful having you. Tim is right about that. He bring, and, it's a team right now on fires. It's a team doing well. Dubois don't do well, Michael. The last 10 games, he struggled with Winnipeg. But my point to you is this part. Roslovic, he was in the ladder where he had no spot for him. A couple like Ver with Tampa is another one. Roslav, Vaclav, whatever his last name, playing now from Tampa is another one over there. And Roslovic, he was the same thing with Winnipeg. And Bennett, who is the center over there? It's Lingholm, it's Backlum and Monahan in Calgary. So Bennett was maybe not the right share with Calgary, Michael.
Absolutely not.
Right? So
totally.
So that's sometimes players like this find a way to do that.
Hi, Lisa.
Lisa D. Lilite Show. Good morning. How are you doing? Hopefully, you have a great. As a new member of the website, Michael. So I just
Oh,
want to say
great. Hi,
YouTube
Lisa.
channel. Calgary, Michael, is that's what I believe. That's what the reason why Sam Bennett was not a part of that show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just being inflexible and not smart. Like I don't think Backlund is a star. Like when you watch him, he's okay, but it's not like he's
But
blown.
that's what happened with Sventing, right? So I think that's the
Sure.
reason why it's happened. So for Sam Bennett, great. I think Tim can add. I really like Gusev over there. Maybe a quiet more night for Montour. Tim, you can mention about this, but good performance, Spencer Knight in front of the net. And
Oh my God, yeah. Congrats to Spencer Knight. Gets his first NHL game. And it's not like he stopped 12 shots. He stopped 33 shots.
yeah, it was a busy night, good movement, good flexibility right there. It will be interesting what Bill Zito is going to do.
Yeah. I think two things. One, maybe Bill Cito should have been the GM in Columbus.
No, I think yeah, we have to mention that the Columbus is not a GM problem. I think he does a really great job. I really like this Finland guy. I think he does a really good job, Columbus. I think it's just the fact where Tortorella may be not the right person right there right now anymore. So
No, I think there's got to be change there.
I want to finish this with Dallas Star. I think you'll forget the Dallas Star game, and then I want to talk about the game for Toronto.
So Detroit falls 5-2 to a surging Dallas Stars team. Pavelski, I think, and Robertson leading the way. A little bit of a punchback from Filppula and Larkin. We see Verona gets an assist, but this was all Dallas, Pierre.
Yeah, 3 goals the first 15 minutes of the first period. I think, at sometime I was said some you're gonna have a bad game. They try to have a bad game yesterday. It's a part of the condensed schedule, a part of the COVID situation. You can name it. We know that part over there. So yeah, I think Tim, you're absolutely right. Nikita play. I said he's going to be this best signature. It's Kusev.
There's like zero risk in that move. He's a talented veteran player. You're putting him with one of the top 6 centermen in the NHL.
Yeah.
Like win. And now you're able to move Huberto with Bennett, and holy crow.
Yeah, I think Marchand do not be at the first line, but that's another subject. I want to mention that game again. Pavelski scored his 19. Pavelski played with Robinson, and a very good player. Also, that is Dickinson got an assist, but amazing. We talk about Michael a lot of time about Spezza, Thornton, those older veteran players around the league, and check for the older, 35 years old, older player in NHL who has the most the point in front of you.
Of course, yeah. He's
It's unbelievable, Michael. Because he's 36 years old. He's almost 1 point per game right now. It's not, we don't give enough for him what he does for right now for Dallas.
I think, okay, so in the playoffs last year, he put this team on his back. I think you see what is missing in San Jose is they wouldn't give this guy 5-6 million, but they'd sign a bunch of other junk. Like he's better for San Jose than Erik Karlsson. Like having him in the lineup versus giving 10 or 11 million to Erik Karlsson, this guy makes what, 6?
Yeah, of course.
You don't trade. You don't let your captain go, and a guy that scores 38 or 36 goals in his last year.
Doug Wilson does a good job as a GM. Everybody make mistake. This is a big mistake for him.
A huge one. Yeah. Like he should have retired a San Jose Shark.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, so Dallas, we see moves up. Suddenly, they're within striking distance of Nashville. Pierre, David Riddick is not an NHL goalie. Every time I see this guy, whether he's in Calgary or Toronto, if you look at his record, the only team he played well against all year was Toronto.
Yeah. One thing I need to mention to you is before that is John Tavares. We talk a lot about Matthews. We talk about Marner. We talk about Raleigh. And we they complain a lot about John Tavares, but he
I don't
stepped
know
up
why.
a lot right now. He have a better year and almost 1 point per game. And also the saga William Nylander was yesterday because he missed the meeting.
Did
Um,
he?
yeah, so you
Oh,
know, it was almost to put him out of the lineup last night. He scored a
should have.
goal. But again, Shelton said it's not about punish him. To him, he need to grow as a professional hockey player, and that's they leave him in the lineup. But it was a big saga in Toronto yesterday about him.
I
The
didn't.
second big saga over there is like one Frederick Anderson is going to be back. He's on the ice, practice with Steve Briere, but we'll see when he's going to be back. But again, that show people want him out of the Toronto every time that and. That would be interesting. The second thing also, just give you an idea, Hyman is out maybe until end of the
That's
year, and
bad.
that's what we're going to missing a lot. Zach Hyman. I just
Foligno
asked you
played
this.
yet?
What is the? I've asked a question because yesterday on the TSN Insider, they talk about this. What's the worth of Zach Hyman?
It's hard, like if you look on statistically, the guy's progressed consistently to the point where he might be a 25, 30 goal player. Is he only that in Toronto though? Like that's the question. He just does a lot of stuff. Like he had 20 goals in 50 games last year, Pierre. So you look at that pace and he's a 30 goal scorer. He's got 15 goals in 43 games. So it's not a fluke. Can he produce this on another team?
So how much he get?
I think in Toronto he's $5 million.
So from those guys, they expect him to sign between 4.5 to 5.5.
That's why that makes sense to me. If he does that, you're happy.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I think $5 million for a guy can score 20 goals, but does all the details of the game, everything like that. And then, by the way, I want to mention to you, Alexander Edler apologized publicly, and he feels bad about that. He just said, "Listen, I'm not a guy to play like that. It's just I could not remove my leg quicker when he came to me, and he feels very bad about that." So I like the fact some professional hockey player, they make sometimes mistake, but they able to mention about that one over there. As also Vancouver, I want to mention a quick use have an amazing, great night for Vancouver. Vancouver won the first two games back on COVID-19 against Toronto,
Okay.
and Campbell was the first one, Reddish was second one, and Toronto right now the last 6 games they are 0-3-3.
Since the trade deadline. If
The
listen,
last 6 games.
Riddick is not an NHL goalie. Like watching that game last night, he let in some junk. And he
And then
did.
I don't know what's going on Vancouver. Vancouver can hang in there until to the end and catch to finish fourth? I'm not sure.
No, I think they're done. But let's look. Maybe we're prejudging it, but I think that they're done. They could surpass Calgary, but they're not gonna. Well, I don't know. Montreal's not. So 4 games is 8 points.
Yeah, 5 game behind.
4. Well, I'm counting Montreal, right? So if you look at Montreal,
Montreal. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's say they say, hey, we're going to win 4 in a row. They looked very good last night, but they're doing it without Peterson too. Let's say they win 4, let's say they win 3 of the next 4. So now they have 46 points to Montreal's 40.
2 points behind Montreal.
And then the race starts, right? So then let's look head to head or what the schedule looks like.
They don't play against Montreal.
I got to jump, unfortunately, Pierre, but Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto, Winnipeg, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal and Ottawa, Toronto, Edmonton. So it's not easy.
The problem, Michael, is like this. They have to win 7 of the last 8 game example. It's so hard to win like that.
For Montreal?
Again, a good team.
Or for Vancouver?
For Vancouver.
Well, so let's look at their next game. Ottawa. Then they've already shown they can beat Toronto, so there's 2 more against Toronto. That'll be a tough game. But
every team every night is good. It is a hard thing. The second thing is the fact you play back to back.
Man, they face Edmonton a lot. But they do have a lot of games against Calgary and Ottawa, and that's what you want.
Let's check the schedule for tonight. So I know you have to go. So
Yeah,
we have an easy night tonight. Montreal play again Edmonton.
One game we forgot. LA beat Anaheim 4-1.
Yeah.
I still can't watch LA games.
Yeah, I know.
So annoying. All right, tonight we have Predators against Blackhawks. Predators have got a surging Dallas team on their heels, so they have to win this. Blackhawks are not out of it, but they don't really have any momentum, Pierre. So
they are all for me.
I feel like they're just it's going to be Dallas at this point unless something
right
changes.
now. The chase 2 team is going to be hard for them.
Yeah. The Wild against
Big
the
game
Coyotes.
for Coyotes because the situation with the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
Sharks, nothing there. Golden Knight, they are 7 straight. So it'll be interesting. And then Montreal is a big game for them. 10 o'clock, we're going to be live stream tonight for the people. Eastern time will be a 1 o'clock night. But we're going to do live stream for everybody. And Montreal is, it is what they are.
Yep.
And on this, my friend, that's conclude another great show, the Hockey Nation Live Show. We're going to promise you one thing, Michael. We will be live at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, Thursday.
Sounds good to me.
Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Look forward to see you tomorrow. And don't forget, tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live stream, Montreal Canadian and at Edmonton.